Thank you, Wendy. 59 degrees right now, and an excellent time for us to step into the mind of one Matt Archbold from Creative Minority Report and columnist. Good morning, Matt. How are you?
I am doing well. I have a quick question based on the news. They're talking about muting the microphones between questions, after your time is up. How about we mute both of their microphones the entire time?
I like it.
I like that.
Wouldn't that just be a much more peaceful evening for the whole country?
It would probably accomplish the same thing. And so, why?
Yeah, we might as well read their lips. We know what they're going to say, right?
Exactly. So Father Rippiger, him, he's an exorcist. He's interviewed often, but he's released a prayer consecrating 2024 election to the Blessed Virgin Mary. And all I had to think was, does Mary really want anything to do with this? Like, she's got to be like, oh, I missed that email. I'm so sorry.
I love that.
This would be more St. Jude, the impossible cases, I think. But that's
Exactly. So I was watching a scary movie with my daughter. My daughter loves scary movies, one of my daughters. And this poor family has a demon in the attic, and they call their Protestant pastor. And it doesn't go well. And my daughter just said the funniest thing. She's like, when things go bump in the night, you call the Catholics. Yeah. Everybody knows that.
Everybody knows that. You better call priest. This it's time. It's time for the children to go to bed and get the adults involved here. That's it.
Right.
I love it.
Exactly.
She's a smart girl.
Literally, one of my daughters went to Providence College, and some girls in the dorm, not in her room, but they complained that there was some kind of weird activity going on. And so they went to one of the priests on campus, and he referred them to another priest, an elderly priest. And he literally said, just flat out right, he's like, let me get my demon satchel. Picked up a bag and went to the room.
Wow!
And
Wow!
That's Catholicism right there, baby.
I've got a kit for that. Yes.
Exactly. I got 2,000 years of tradition on how to deal with this, baby. Let's go.
Well, I hate to even get into this, but it is what's happening today. We've had our first school shooting, 2 students dead, 2 teachers dead as well, 9 wounded, and just a couple of weeks into the school year.
It is so awful. You hear about it, and it just hollows you out, doesn't it? It makes you drop to your knees. It's just the worst thing you could possibly hear. And then you hear these heartbreaking stories of, these teachers covering these kids, and just awful. It's awful all around, and you just got to keep praying. And it really does show you how sick we are as a culture that this is even a thing. That it's not just everyone wants to make it easy. Just don't take the guns away. But this is a spiritual thing we're going through right now, and that's what this is about. We no longer have any respect for other people's lives, and it's no wonder. We take life in the womb. It's just a random chance if you survive the womb. When you're done being used up by, if you can't work anymore when you get older, there's a pill for that. That'll take you out. We no longer treat life as sacred. And I think that mindset has seeped into places you don't want it.
Yeah, it certainly has, and you see that in so many different areas too. So, and it's no coincidence. I know Mother Teresa warned about this.
Right, it is. It's truly a mindset. Well, once you start killing for convenience, because that's what it is. Mm-hmm. It's killing for your own convenience. Then that mindset goes everywhere. And we're living in a time when you're encouraged to shout your abortion, right? You're encouraged to be proud of it, and and what message does that send to the surviving children? That could have been me, And it just makes, what does that say about parents' love for their children if they're willing to say, I love you, but if you were inconvenient, I would have removed you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same thing with IVF.
Yeah.
Well, once you realize, IVF, what it really is, it's a horrifying situation. And yes, for so many people, there is a happy thing where they get a child out of it, when they didn't see him. But what happens to the rest of the embryos?
Oh, my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
And, but we turn away from that. We don't want to think about that.
Right.
And we've got presidential candidates fighting to be the champion of it.
Mm.
It's like there's no dispute about one saying it's good, the other one saying, well, let's take a closer look. No. I want to be the champion of that. Both of them fighting to see who's going to be the champion of the destruction of these unborn children. I mean, that's what happens. A life is created and then disposed of. You can't deny it. It's crazy.
And we see the fruits of that. Matthew Archbold, of course, check him out at creativeminorityReport.com, and they reran an article of yours in the Register also, Matthew. I don't know if you saw it, but check it out. Matt Archbold, creativeminorityReport.com.
God bless.
Thank you, Matthew.
Hi, this is Pat Odie Murray from the Virtual